Hi there, friends. Good morning, and thanks so much for joining us on this Friday morning on Up with KREM. I'm Channing Curtis.
It is Friday. I'm Tim Pham. It is so great to see you, friends. Meteorologist Thomas Patrick, it's great to see you too. And Thomas, you have a great forecast if you like hot weather, don't you?
Yeah, and I know my two friends that are sitting right over there, they love that hot weather. By the way, it is payday Friday for us, and hopefully it is for you too. Let's make it a great weekend, and yeah, if it means just relaxing in the summer sun, that is going to be all the more power to you. It is going to be warm for our afternoons, but still a little bit cool this morning, as it usually is for the inland Northwest. Still 49 in Pullman and 46 in Deer Park. That should not stay that way for very much longer, as the sun is out already, and it will warm us up quickly for today. Could be a little bit hazy through the morning hours here. Otherwise, expecting a mostly sunny day, and those temperatures pushing the upper 80s, if not low 90s for this afternoon. But it's the extended outlook that's looking even hotter yet. And so far, our hottest day in Spokane has been 97 degrees, and we'll see if we can top that come next week.
New court documents filed in the case against the man accused of murdering 4 University of Idaho students last fall.
Bryan Kohberger's defense team is asking the court to dismiss the grand jury indictment against him. The defense claims the prosecution failed to follow the grand jury process as laid out in Idaho law. They say those who served on the grand jury were, quote, misled about the standard of proof required for an indictment. The defense also raises an issue with the people who appeared for the grand jury selection.
Meanwhile, new this morning, prosecutors filed a motion just yesterday to compel the defense team to share what they know about Kohberger's alibi. This comes after the defense attorneys on Tuesday suggested that he was not at the location where the crimes took place, but did not provide evidence or details about his whereabouts. If an alibi is not provided within 10 days, the prosecution is asking the court to forfeit the defense's right to present any evidence for an alibi during the trial. Kohberger will be back in court on August 18th for multiple motions. His trial is scheduled for October 2nd.
It is 6:03 right now. Time for your morning rush. More news in less time. Police have filed a new case in the disappearance of Michael Vaughn. Vaughn is the 5-year-old Fruitland boy who went missing 2 years ago. Yesterday, the Fruitland Police Department submitted a case to the Fayette County prosecutor and a probable cause affidavit. Now, a prosecutor must decide whether or not to take the case before a judge. If there is enough evidence, that judge can then issue an arrest warrant. This morning, we now know what caused the deadly derailment of an Amtrak train heading from Chicago to Seattle back in 2021. A bent rail was found along the curve near the crash site. Investigators also found the rails to be worn, unstable, and misaligned. A train inspector's workload apparently prevented him from inspecting the area before the derailment happened. 3 passengers died and 2 others were seriously injured. A former mechanic at the Geiger Corrections Center is behind bars this morning for allegedly stealing equipment from the jail. Investigators arrested 42-year-old Richard Passmore at his Spokane Valley home yesterday morning. According to the Spokane County Sheriff's Office, they recovered an estimated $25,000 worth of stolen tools and equipment that belonged to the jail from Passmore's home. He's expected to appear before a judge for the first time this afternoon. This morning, a fire burning in Clearwater County is threatening homes. The Greer fire is burning off of Highway 11 near mile marker 5.5. The fire has already burned 60 acres and is 0% contained. Dozens of firefighters are there along with some aircraft. Right now, no evacuation orders are in place for this fire. And all evacuation levels have been lifted for the Wawaway fire burning in Whitman County near Pullman. This fire is 50% contained and burned a little more than 500 acres. Officials say that a lightning strike is what caused this fire. And that's a look at your morning rush.
The Will It or Will It Not saga continues for Spokane Valley Splashdown Water Park. Earlier this year, the park said it would be open in June, but the gates are still closed. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones is live at the park right now this morning with the latest on the reopening timeline. Brandon, you know these are new owners and they are working hard to get this place open, but people just want to know, when is it going to open? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Tim, and that's exactly right. There's a lot of people who drive by on I-90 wondering when they can hop on one of these slides here at Splashdown Park, and they've had to wait for some time. You know, they initially announced that around June 20th through the 23rd, they were anticipating to open and allow people to come through their gates for the first time in a while, but there's been a lot of twists and turns, and most importantly, there's been a lot of patience and waiting as they try their hardest to get this park open up to the public as summer continues to roll on. But KREM 2 did get a chance to speak with the owner's son, Branson Olson. He is the new park owner and says he hopes that it won't be the case much longer in terms of that closure over here. In fact, Olson wanted to open Splashdown earlier this week.
Totally set on planning on opening Wednesday. And the day before, we were just testing everything, making sure it's fine. One of our pumps actually decided to snap, like what sucks the water up the hill to feed the slides. One of them, the main line that spins it and brings it up the hill, just decided to snap on us.
Yeah, so you just heard it there. There's been a lot of adversity that they've had to deal with, but Olson says despite all of the issues, the park has been inspected and approved. He hopes to have the maintenance problems fixed and the park open by tomorrow. You heard that right, by tomorrow. So maybe as the weather heats up this weekend, you might just be able to return over here, bring your family out to Splashdown Park and potentially go down on some of these slides. But as the summer has continued to move on, Olson has also said that people who bought season passes should expect a refund in terms of just how long they had to finally wait for Splashdown to make its official return. For now, reporting live in Spokane Valley, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
The weather certainly will be very hot through this weekend, with tomorrow's forecast getting the biggest bump up in terms of the forecasted temperatures. Should be well into the mid-90s by Saturday. But even today, going to be hotter than it was the last couple days as the heat just gently building across the northwest. And with the winds a bit more southerly, we'll see another boost in those temperatures. It was 86 yesterday, and we're going 94 today in Spokane. And we'll see 90s more often than not through the extended forecast. But with some of those slightly southerly or southwesterly winds, skies could start to turn a little bit more hazy today due to the fires that are burning across the Oregon Cascades.